This video is like so highly requested. So many people want to see this video. Here it is today for you. The complete overview of my account. I can't remember where I got half of these skins from, but I will try and recall it the best that I can. So we'll start straight out with Nikto because the classic got on with Cordite. So we got the original Nikto, which came out with the Cordite 0G skin. And then we got Battle Pass skin, I believe. And then another Battle Pass skin. We'll move straight over to Ghost now. So we got the Legendary Ghost. We'll let the animation play out because, it's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie about that. This was the last legendary item I bought on this game. But, I don't regret buying it at all. I think it's a really cool skin. I don't use it as much as I should, to be completely honest with you, but, it's a cool skin. I like it. And then we got this one, which was a login reward, which they added, but I actually bought this skin before it was a login reward. You'll see later down when we find the Outrider skin that was the original login reward. Anyway, so we got another Battle Pass skin, which is this one, and another Battle Pass skin, another Battle Pass skin, another Battle Pass skin, another Battle Pass skin, and another Battle Pass skin. This is sort of the holy grail for Ghost lovers. And we got Soap, and again, it's another Battle Pass skin, another Battle Pass skin, and another Battle Pass skin. And then we got Captain Price. So I got this skin with the Warzone token that came out in 2020 for playing Warzone and linking your account, which is a very cool skin. I don't use it as much as I should, to be completely honest with you, but I do absolutely love this skin. I think it looks great. It didn't look good when it first came out, but it looks good now, so it's worth it. We got another Battle Pass skin, another Battle Pass skin, and another Battle Pass skin. And then we got this dude here. It's not a bad skin. Again, not a bad skin. And then this was a monthly login skin, and I really like this skin, to be honest with you, man. We got the Candy Skull sort of look to it, I suppose. And we got Mara. I should have two Mara skins, but I didn't buy the Battle Pass that she first came out in. I just did not like the Battle Pass at all. Just sort of didn't want to spend money at all, so, And then we got Park. Not too big a fan of her, to be honest with you. These are all Battle Pass skins, but, this is probably the coolest out of all of them, to be honest. It's got that 80s vibe to it, do you know what I mean? With the headband and stuff. I think it looks pretty cool. You got the glow sticks on the back as well. It's not a bad skin at all. We got this one, and we got this one as well, which, again, it's not a bad skin. It's just not sort of for me, really. You got the England shades on as well, me being English, got to sort of represent that, I suppose. And we got Alex. Everybody knows Alex. If you've been playing Call of Duty over the years, you'll know who he is. We got the cowboy style, which, it's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I like that whole theme of stuff. I think it looks alright. This skin is dope, to be honest with you. Like, I can't even try and pretend it's not. This skin's dope. Then we got Mort. So we got this one, which is obviously cowboy style. And then we've got, obviously, Billy the Puppet, which is Saw. And this is one of my favourite skins of all time. I got incredibly lucky. I think it was the second draw I got this skin on, which is crazy because I would have fully spent out the whole draw until I got this skin. I just had to have it. There was no debate. And then we got Outrider, and we got this horrible skin, which came with the AK-47 RAV Black and Gold. I hate this skin with a passion. I think it is actually horrible. Then we got the Dark Strobe, which I think was a Battle Pass skin. So going back to Ghost Stealth, this is the original login reward before Ghost Stealth became a login reward. So I'd already bought Ghost Stealth at this point, but I'm not too mad. They put it as a login reward. I think everybody deserves to have that skin. Ghost is sort of cooler. Plus this skin now has like a level of rarity, I suppose. We've got Going Dark, which again, I think is a pretty cool skin, to be honest. You can't really go wrong with this one. It's quite bland, quite basic, but the whole Going Dark theme is it's pretty cool. Then we got this dude, which everybody seems to use this in ranked. You see it a lot in EU search and destroy lobbies, especially. I'm not too big a fan, but it's not a bad skin. Then we've got Templar. I think this is a Battle Pass skin. I could be really wrong on half of this. I'm saying Battle Pass skins, but I don't remember where I got a lot of these skins from. But we got this dude here anyway. Then we got Milsim. He's a cool skin, to be honest with you. All of his skins are pretty cool. Besides Force Sweeper. I think Force Sweeper is probably the least cool out of the 4 that I own. This is undoubtedly the coolest out of the 4. I think it's cool. We've got Adler. I know one of these was part of an event. I think it might have been this one. And I think this was a Battle Pass skin. And then we've got David Mason. Not a great skin, in my opinion. Obviously, classic character of the Call of Duty franchise, but I'm not too fond of this skin. This skin massively overused, but I really like the hollowness on the inside with the futuristic look. I think it looks pretty dope. And then we got Alex Mason. Again, great skin. Really cool skin. You know, the father of David Mason. We got Gunzo. The only Gunzo skin I have. Cannot stand it. Think it looks absolutely disgusting. Then we got Mace. This came with the HG40 draw. I got this on the first spin. Not a bad skin, to be honest with you. Not really going to catch me wearing it too much. And we got the Back for More skin. Again, not really my thing, but, you know, it's not too bad. Then we got the, I'm going to say, Japanese-inspired skin that came out 2 seasons ago, I think. Not bad. You got Rourke. Not too big a fan, but the skin's not bad. You know, you got the cape that sways when you spin it and stuff. Not bad at all. Looks pretty cool. Then we got Pogba. I'm not a football fan, so it doesn't really appeal to me at all. Got Keegan. I think this is a cool skin, to be honest. I don't really have any complaints on this one. Kilgore, just very late 80s, early 90s, you know, like rock band inspired sort of character with the leopard print on the, I'm going to say leggings. We're going to say leggings. We've got the boots with the spikes on, the leather jacket, doing the long hair, the shades. Pretty cool skin, to be honest. Then we've got Roach. Everybody knows who Roach is if you've played the Modern Warfare series. Cool skin, to be honest with you. Not one I'd wear, but not a bad one. I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name. Not even going to try. But I think this skin is actually really cool. We've got the, I'm going to say, Japanese style, sort of like demon headmask type thing. Again, looks really cool. Got Rampage. Not really a skin for me. It's okay, though. We got this dude. Again, not really for me. Sophia, pretty used skin, to be honest with you. Not a bad skin. Again, not really for me. We got Wraith. Again, it's not a bad skin. Not something I'd personally go out of my way to wear. Then Raze, I'm going to say Raze. And we got Scar Pilot. So, you know, pretty cool. Like, certainly you'd imagine flying like a sort of like modern / futuristic type jet style kind of thing, I guess. Striker of Hawaii. Not a bad skin. Sort of like a, you know, military op style type thing, I guess. I don't really know. And we got Domino, which this is a cool skin. Really overused, sort of puts me off wanting to use it, but it's a cool skin. It's got the Russian style vibes to it. We've got Carbon Smoke, which is sort of like a zombified style skin with the white to the eyes, the grey skin. Looks cool. We got Alice. Not a big fan. Iskra, we'll say Iskra. We got this one. Again, another Russian character. This one's definitely more Russian looking than the Arachnus one. So the white chapel skin. Not for me. Got Misty. Again, another really popularly used skin. A lot of these skins are Battle Pass skins as well, which you guys will notice. We got Riggs. Not too big a fan. He's okay, I guess. We got Stansfield. Cool looking skin. Again, pretty overused, so not really my thing. Then we got General Shepard, the dude that everybody hates, but he's dope. To be honest with you, it's a cool skin, great character, really portrays the bad guy well, so can't go wrong with that one. We got Farah, not too big a fan. It's quite a plain, boring skin, not really for me. We got Rosa, so we got Double Agent, which is another massively popular skin, and Animal Instincts, which I just do not like at all. Not even going to try and pronounce this name. I think this skin's a really cool skin. Again, really overused, so not for me. We got John McClane. This was a skin I had to cop. It was between this or Rambo. I could have bought both. Don't get me wrong, I like Sylvester Stallone. I do like Rambo. I think it's a great movie, but just not the one, to be honest with you. But Die Hard, Bruce Willis, top tier. One of the best Christmas films of all time. Controversial opinions say it's a Christmas movie, but absolutely love this skin. Got this dude here with the eye patch. Looks pretty cool. Would never wear it though. Got Griggs. Great skin. Again, another classic from the Modern Warfare series. Then we got Blackjack. I think it's a cool skin, but at the same time, sort of looks a bit naff when you look at the neck area and stuff. So, you know, probably would never wear it. We got Atlas. Cool skin, bulky. You know, you got the weird built-in backpack style, so probably wouldn't wear that. We got Silver. Very cool skin. This is the one that came with the Locus Electron. I like this skin a lot. We got Yuri. It sort of just looks like he's going to go and rob a bank. You know, not a fan. We got Kruger. I think this skin's really cool. Massively overused, but it's a cool skin. You got the filter at the bottom that wiggles when you move the skin. Looks cool. Reaper, not too big a fan of this one. And then the Rupture Steel, again, not too big a fan. This is the best out of the three. We got Grinch. This came with the Holidays draw. Had to cop this one. There wasn't really much debate on that one. Really cool skin. We got Ethan, who is from, I want to say Infinite Warfare. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Got FTL, the original, Season 3 Battle Pass. Classic. Pretty rare skin at this point. Very, very cool. Powerline, again, very cool skin. Looks great. And the Anniversary Suit. FTL being the only one next to Ghost that has 3 perfect skins. All the skins I have for this, I would wear and think are very, very nice looking skins. Gollum, cannot stand the skin, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's definitely worse. I'm going to say Jaeger, whatever his name is, Needleworks. This dude just gives me like Mad Max vibes. Don't really like the skin, to be honest. We got Russian Mercs, we got Nucleo Base and Iron Hunter. I don't like these skins. They look very plain and boring. We got Otter. This is a cool skin. I like this skin a lot. I wore the skin a little bit when it first came out. Haven't worn it since. Probably wouldn't wear it again either. And then we've got Sandrift, which I do not like at all. Then we're going to scroll down a little bit further where we find Merrick. Again, not a good skin in my opinion. Rose, mediocre skin. Sanjun, also a mediocre skin. Velikan, I'm going to say his name is. It's a pretty cool skin, to be honest. Mainly because of the helmet. You know, the decals on the front of the helmet representing the, like, teeth and the mouth sort of thing. It looks pretty cool. And then Volcanic Ash, which is a very concealed skin. Gives me sort of, like, SWAT vibes, you know, like Juggernaut type thing. Again, looks like a really cool skin. Would definitely wear this at some point. Then we got Makarov, who is... obviously no Russian, you know. The dude absolutely mowing down innocent civilians inside the airport. Not a great look, but it's a great skin and it's a classic. You ever played Modern Warfare 2, you'll know just how much of an ass this dude is. But it is what it is. And then we've got Kingfish, which I believe is the skin from Modern Warfare 3. We've got Ajax, we've got the hired gun skin, massively overused, not a big fan. Again, massively overused, not a big fan. And this skin is just absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't wear it personally, but purely just based on the fact that he's got, you know, obviously the knives, the pizza cutter and stuff like that across the belt on his chest. You got the little wiener on the bottom of his apron. He's a cool looking skin. I'm not going to lie. He's pretty cool. You got Hedora Kai. Great skin. Massively overused, but it is a very, very cool skin. I can see why it's used. You've got Bathysphere. I like this skin. To be honest, very clunky, very bulky, stands out a lot if you're using it in battle. Probably not the best if you're trying to keep your head down. Then we got Merc Combat Rig. Great skin, very big, very bulky, but obviously got the hard black outlines around the majority of it. Gives it sort of that cartoony type vibe, but it looks really cool and it's a good skin. We got Battle Harden, we got the Axon, which is very used. We all know the skin, and Neon Fire, again, very used, but it's a good skin. The helmet sort of, again, like a majority of these, sort of takes the main stage. We got Reaper, the loudest and most annoying skin on the game, but he looks good, so you can't really go wrong. I think this is in the Advanced Warfare. I could be incredibly wrong, but I think it is. We got the Grinder, which came out in, I want to say Season 7's Battle Pass. But he's a cool skin, again, but it just makes a lot of noise, and it's just kind of clunky. As nice as the skins look, I give them a 3 out of 3 on this one. They all look good, but just the skin itself is a bit too loud for my liking. And we go for the battery, and we got a few skins on here. You got Skulls and Blood, Wasteland Warrior, which is this one here, again, really overused. Indomitable, pretty well used. Ground Comms, you don't really see this one used an awful lot, but it gets used enough. And then we got Eve 3. Again, pretty cool. Got that zombified sort of look to it. Maybe it's a cyborg, maybe it's a zombie. I guess we'll never know. And then we got the Arctic skin, which is the classic bot skin. Then we got Ruined Jade. This is from the Season 2 Battle Pass. And then we've got the Industrial Revolution, which is Season 3's Battle Royale skin, which is a very, very nice one. You got Ruined Tangle Web there. Great skin. Yeah, classic. This is the sort of thing you'll see every time you load up into a bot lobby. So there's nothing wrong with this skin at all, to be honest with you. Very common. Probably one of the most common skins you're ever going to see, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The skin looks fine. Then we've got Prophet Sight. Again, not too big a fan, but it's okay. Dust Bowl, it's a better skin than Sight. And then Geist, which is the coolest of the three. Gives me that sort of Matrix, Neo sort of vibe, do you know what I mean? So can't really go wrong with that. We've got Seraph, not a big fan. Tombstone is the coolest out of all of the Seraph skins, in my opinion. Probably a controversial opinion. But this skin's cool. It's got its own intro when it walks in, do you know what I mean? Wielding the J358. It looks really fucking cool, man. We can't even deny that. You got Precious Metal. Not too big a fan, but it's aight. We got Fallen Fiend. Not a bad skin, to be honest with you. So it gives me anime style vibes again with the cat ears and the red skin, sort of like the black markings on the face and stuff. We got Double Agent. Not a bad skin, pretty sleek. You got the duffel bag on the back with the money and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool, I guess. And we scroll further down, we get Nomad. Everybody knows the Nomad skins. I'm not a fan at all. The Groovy Agent, again, not a fan. And I'm not a fan of Wild Snake either. We'll scroll next over to Spectre. Spectre is an awesome looking skin. All three of the skins I have for Spectre I really like as well. So we've got Pixel Spy, Chrome, and Ninja. Ninja being the coolest out of the three, but it's massively overused. Again, you can sort of see why. The next we go over to Zero. We got Nebula, Escape, Dark Ops, Flocked, Dark Sails. Out of these ones, I'd probably say Escape is the coolest out of the three of them. Out of the five of them, sorry. Not too bad. Then we've got Dempsey. If you're a zombie lover, you'll obviously know exactly who this guy is straight away. We've got the classic Dempsey skin. Very cool. We got the Wrecked skin, which came out in one of the battle passes. And then we got Turned, which was a reward in the zombie survival mode. Again, very cool skin. Got a lot of time for it. Again, back onto the theme of zombies, we've got Nikolai, the Russian. Very cool skin. This dude is actually awesome, to be honest with you. A lot of fond memories playing zombies growing up. This dude's voice lines fully made zombies something else. Then we got Rot. Not a big fan, only got the one skin of him. Don't really rate that too high. You got Cassius. It's a cool skin. You got the ponytail on the back. You obviously got the exposed eyes on the mask, but you got sort of like the samurai vibed armor to it, I suppose. We got Scarlet Rhodes here. Massively overused. These are all very overused skins, but they're all cool skins, to be honest with you. Hallow Mass is definitely my favorite out of the three that I own. And then back over to the zombies theme of stuff. We've got Takio, who is the Japanese character. Again, very, very cool. We've got Ted, again, back onto the zombies theme of things. So we've got classic Ted here, which was a crate skin. Brilliant. And then this was, I believe, the Battle Royale skin when Alcatraz first came out, which is cool. It's cool. And we've got Victor Reznov. Great skin, to be honest with you. Again, another classic character of the Modern Warfare series. If you know who this guy is, you probably had a good run. Then we got 4 for 4 on the original Zombies characters, finishing it off with Richtofen, who I believe was German. Don't quote me on that. Been a while since I played Zombies. We got 4 for 4 on the original Zombies characters. Obviously, I had to go out of my way to cop all of them. I feel like my account just wouldn't be the same without them. We got Tengu. not a great character, but the black gold skin definitely makes up for the Undead Crusade not being as good. It's sort of quite bland, basic. I think the coolest part of this is the gas mask on the front. We scroll further down and we get Vivian Harris. Again, a very overused skin. I think it was a login reward for this one. Not too bad though. It does look pretty cool. It gives you that World War II Navy style vibes. You've got the Carver Butcher. Not a big fan. Bailout, again, not a big fan. We got Phantom. I love this skin, to be honest. I believe this was also the Season 3 Battle Pass. And then we've got the Championship 2020 skin, which was for Stage 1 of the Championships, to do with playing your 10 games within the 4-week periods that it came out. I believe this might have been week 4 skin. Do not quote me on that. Then we scroll a little bit further over and we get to Gaz. Everyone knows who Gaz is. Gaz is a cool skin. We've got the newer version from the Modern Warfare and then the original version from the original Modern Warfare series. Then we got Tian Xiao. Is that how you say his name? You know, if I've said it wrong and I've offended someone, I'm sorry. But, you know, he's a cool skin. Do you know what I mean? He's, I believe he's like Vietnamese or Taiwanese, something along those lines. Again, I'm not trying to offend anybody by saying this stuff. I'm just not massively knowledge on it. I'm sure I could look into the information on these characters. Then we got a classic skin, the Elite PMC. This is the newer one, again, more new, and the Ultramarine, which is the oldest one that I personally own. I do not own the original Elite PMC, unfortunately. Then we got Salazar, again, very well-used bot skin. Lev, again, very well-used bot skin. Coming in with those sinister Russian vibes. We've got Captain, not a great skin. Terrence Brooks, again, a very commonly used bot skin. Park, another commonly used bot skin. Then we'll go over to Urban Tracker. Urban Tracker is one of my favourite skins of all time. The original Urban Tracker, absolute gem of a skin. Love using it, especially when I'm using it on a sniper. Then we got By Night, which again is a great skin. Exile, another good skin. And Tracked, which is the worst of the 4, but it's still a good skin and it's still very much usable. So I will give it solid ratings on that one. We've got Death Angel Alice. We've got Vicious. Not too big a fan of this skin. It's okay though. Artery, I've only got this one. Unfortunately, I don't have the original Artery, but I really like the Nosferatu skin. I think it looks good. And we got Manta Ray. We got the original Manta Ray. I bought this when it first came out. I got it in 10 crate pulls, imagine. Then we got the 2021 MVP skin for Manta Ray, which again is a very nice skin. It's very sleek, very smooth. You got the purple wall markings on the face. It looks good. Then we got Vanguard. This skin's not great, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan. A Nocturnal Elite is very sleek, very slim skin. It looks a lot better than the original Vanguard skin. Would probably suggest using that if anything. We've got Archangel. Not a big fan. It's not a bad skin. Not for me though. American Bulldog, very big, very bulky. This skin doesn't even have the red reflective shoulder pads. So if you go into a game without this one, you will probably be unseen if you're sat in a dark place. A little bit pay to win, who knows. And we got Chrome Dome. This is a very, very Juggernaut sort of inspired skin. Looks great, got the patterns along the top. I give the skin a pretty high rating, to be honest with you. We got Charlie's, we got Huntress, Striker, Coalition, and then the classic Charlie, which is the skin you will most commonly see used by bots, especially if you're playing on Chinese COD Mobile or Garena. We got Special Ops 2. This was the skin for Season 1 Battle Royale, which is a very, very rare skin. Absolute beauty. Probably rarer than Season 1 Ghost. Special Ops 4, not a fan at all in any way, shape or form. Special Ops 5 goes the exact same as Special Ops 4, not a fan. We go to Merc 5. Merc 5 has got some beautiful skins. We've got the Season 3 reward for Battle Royale. I love this skin. I think it looks really good. Then we got Going Gold, which is also another really cool skin. And the best out of all of them, which is most definitely the 2021 Champ skin. We've got Sea Monsters, Aurora, and then the classic Merc 5, which would have taken the spot over the 2021 Champ skin, but they re-released it, and every single bit of value that this skin had is now completely gone and wasted. Special Ops 1, again, not much overview. not a great skin. Special Ops 3, not a great skin. And Scout 2, they tried to do something cool with the skin. I think this skin doesn't look too bad, but at the same time, it's just very, very basic. Over on the next part, we're going to go over to my weapons. So we'll start first with the Type 25. We've got the geometry here, and then we're going to scroll on through these quite quickly. So we've got the Cyberspace, and another great skin. Infiltrate, Sanguine, Oni, Jungle Militia, Bolt Press, Street Cred India, Street Cred, and that is it for my Type 25 skins. We scroll straight back over to the M16 where we have the Bloody Vengeance, which is a very cool skin. That one I enjoy using a lot. This is definitely my favorite out of all of the M16 skins that I own. We got the Fubar skin, the Playmaker, Pumpkin Repeater, and Born to Win. Scrolling over next to the AK-117, where we will start this off with the Smart Rifle, which is my favorite out of all the skins. I spent money on this one, and I do not regret doing it. I think it looks very, very nice. Got a very nice futuristic look to it. Would highly recommend buying it if it ever comes back out in the future. Very plain, very basic skin. Not too big a fan, but it doesn't look too bad. Barricade is the worst skin out of all of them. We got the kit bag, which is very World War II sort of vibes. Got a great iron sight on it as well, I would show you, but I have an RDS attached to it. But I like the skin, don't get me wrong. Neon Locust is another good skin. It looks very cool, very sleek, but just does not top the Smart Rifle. VHS Glitch being also one of the worst as well. Rhinestone, it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. You got that sort of like paint drip side effects down the side of it. Very bulky though, so not very fond of that one. And Admiral's Pick, it's got a good vibe to it. It looks okay. It's not a bad skin, but it's not something I would go out of my way to use. We're going to scroll straight over to the AK-47, where we start with the RAF Black and Gold, the first legendary gun on this list. Very cool skin. Bought it in a bundle. It came with the Outrider skin that I fully despise. Then we got the Season 1 Tier 100 Battle Pass skin, which is the AK-47 Red Action. Looks absolutely magnificent. What a beautiful skin. We've got an AK-47 tank. Again, very cool looking skin, especially with the tank inspired barrel muzzle design at the end. Very cool. Steel Blue, again, a very, very cool skin. I have to give full props to this one. The Jade is just horrible. Just look at that. That's just not nice. Just not nice at all. We got Artillery. Like, it's sort of like the Jade, but I guess a little bit better, I guess. We've got the Mania. Very cool skin. Looks great, especially with the skull and the horn on the front before you end to the barrel. It looks very, very cool. And we're going to scroll straight back over now to the ASM-10, where we start with the Scabbard, which is a cool skin. I got diamond on it, but the skin itself is very cool. You can see it at the bottom with the red and sort of gold design to it. Then we got the Snake skin as we scroll over. Cool skin, sort of gives me Mad Maxi Apocalypse style vibes, I suppose. Midfield Legend, another football inspired skin, but the skin itself looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. And then we'll scroll over next to the M4, which I have 13 skins for, which is kind of wild because I don't even use this gun. So we've got 6 feet, not a bad skin. The CQB, which is my favorite out of all of them. It looks very nice, especially with the flashlight design on the opposite side. It looks very, very, very clean. In regards of iron sights, though, this gun most definitely is the best out of all of them. I can't really show you, but it's kind of pay to win, to be honest with you. Same vibes as the 117. Not a fan of this skin at all in any way, shape or form. I do not rate this, to be honest. Same with the Jade. It does not look good. Then we got the Back Scratcher, which gives me Lancer vibes from Gears of War with the chainsaw at the front. It looks very cool. It's a great skin. I wish that you could use the chainsaw is like a melee type weapon, but you can't, unfortunately. Got Living Rust, not a fan. It's okay, not for me. Then we scroll straight over and we got the Feral Stalker, where you've got the sort of the leopard design on the side of it. Not a bad skin, but I probably wouldn't use it. Got Spurred, which is the cowboy installed thing. We got the spur at the back of the handle, and you've got the tassels, you know, the leather sort of hoister on the grip of the gun as well. On the mag of the gun, my bad. Not bad. Got the Vengeance, which is a very plain looking skin, sort of like very modern-esque style. And then we got the Outcast Vengeance, which again sort of gives me the same sort of vibes as the Vengeance, but a little bit more futuristic, I suppose. Prince of Time, not a bad skin, but it's not great either. Hang 10, it's cool. You know, I don't have anything against this skin. Obviously, you got the little surfer dude on the side. You got the palm tree stuff on the end of the barrel. It looks okay. It looks okay. Next, we scroll over to the BK-57, where we will first start with the Counter Stealth unit. Very, very, very cool looking skin. I will fully give props to this one. You've got the dog tags on the side of it as well. Gives you sort of a 2050 kind of style vibe with the little blue lights and the piping running through the gun as well. You got the Wild West. It sort of resorts back to the old school styles. The Gimmick, which is the gun that made people invisible at one point. I don't know if you remember that one. I think it's a cool skin there. It came out with Gunzo. And then we go with the Data Miner. It gives me the same sort of vibes as the first skin we just looked at. And it's very, very, very sleek, very cool, very futuristic looking. Death Card. I love the way that it sort of folds off in the end. And the colour scheme also looks great. Obviously, you got the spade and the hearts and the diamonds on the back end of it as well. Very cool, very poker-esque style gun. Then we scroll over to the LK24, where we've got the Vanquished. A very, very cool looking skin. You've got like the blade on the bottom of the mag. I fully do rate this skin, if I'm honest. Heatstroke, not great. I love the camo itself, but it doesn't look any different to the standard LK24, as you will see there. All they did was literally put a camo on it. We've got the Championship Purple. There's no difference between this one and this one. But, oh my god, that purple and gold is just beautiful. Let's be honest. Next, we scroll over to the ICR1, where we start with the Retro Nuclear. Not a bad skin by any means. You've obviously got the Atom design there. Pretty cool, if you ask me. The Fenrir is pretty cool, but it doesn't really look like they've really changed an awful lot of it. Go over to the Blood Money, where we've got the Knuckle Duster design for the foregrip on the back. We've got the skull. We've sort of got the bling, the cool stuff. Got a dollar bill rammed in there when you look at the mag as well. It's a cool skin, to be honest with you. I would use it, to be honest. Then Death Ahoy, which is sort of like a musket styled barrel at the end of it, sort of like piratey vibes. Pretty cool, to be honest with you. We go next over to the Man of War, where we start with the Industrial Revolution, which is actually a pretty cool looking skin, to be honest, but it doesn't really change too much from the original one in regards of actual look. The Cardinal really takes the cake on this one, though, being such a sleek and slim design with such a beautiful iron sight as well. If you have this gun and you use this gun, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. 10 out of 10, to be completely honest with you. Pack Leader, not big a fan. The UAC, it's a cool skin. Not a big fan, though. This one here really just blows it out of the water, though. I think this skin is absolutely beautiful. To be honest with you, there is so much going on right now, and I just fully think it's just, wow. Just blows my mind a little bit. We've got Covenant Standard. It's pretty basic. Standard definitely should be in that name. The Wolf's Mane. This is a very, very cool skin. You almost don't even believe this is a Man of War when you look at it. It gives sort of a shotgun vibe, if I'm honest with you. So it looks like it's a double barrel to an extent. Got the Sterling Ace here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not too bad at all. And then we got the Desecration skin, which sort of gives you modern day fighter plane kind of vibes. If I'm honest, that's sort of what I take from that one. Go over to the KN44, where we start with the Eruption, which is one of my favourite skins that I own, full stop. Purely just based on the smoky look to it. Looks very good. Living Rust, I'm not too big a fan. I don't really like the whole fiery, rusty kind of style stuff. I'm not sure what they tried to do with that. You got a black and gold, very classic skin. Beautiful, if you ask me. The nice shiny reflection when I'm putting it back and forth. Looks very good. Champion Mindset, obviously you got the lion on the side of it. Looks very cool. Champ skins are always good. But I like it. I like it. We've got the Frosted Spikes again. Very cool looking skin. I solidly rate this one. Then we've got the Silver Jet here, which it's okay, I suppose. It's not great, though. Next, we scroll over to the HBR A3, where we got the black and gold HBR here, which again, fallen back into the category of black and gold. Very, very cool skin. We've got the capacitor here, very basic, very bland, and the Jaguar 3000, which definitely blows it out of the water for HBR skins. Fully thought through with everything on the design of this weapon, especially with the different lengths of the arms reaching as well. Really looks like this gun's aiming to kill you. If you go to the HVK, the only skin I have is the jumper cable, but I like the skin. It's pretty cool, let's be honest with you. You go over to the DRH, we've got the DRH chained, got the gold glitter, the rebirther, no, the rebreather, sorry, and the mother of pull, which is, yeah, they're all pretty meh, to be honest with you. We go over to the Peacekeeper, we've got the blast off, which is quite bland, quite plain. There's not really much going on here, to be honest with you, besides the very vibrant red. And then the spine rattle, which fully makes this a very, very, very cool looking skin, if I'm honest with you. And next we scroll over to the FR556, where we have the Rogue Agent and the Undead Watcher. Not bad skins at all, but again, they're probably not the best in the world. ASVAL, where we've got the Judgment, the Playmaker, the Tagger, and the Heat Shield. The Heat Shield being the coolest out of all of them, to be honest with you. It's a very cool looking design. It's very very sleek as well. The gun itself is also very sleek. Everybody knows the ASVAL is one of the slimmer guns in the game. Next we go to the CR56 AMAX. We've got the Torpedo, we've got the Street Venom, which you can't actually see the skin because I have diamond on it, but most people have the skin anyway, as it was a ranked reward. We've got the Tattered Shot, which is, it's okay, it's not great though. Confession, sort of gives me like Saw style vibes. I feel like this actually did come out in the Saw draw though, I think, don't get me wrong. I think that is where this has come from. Very cool though, either way. Frosted Gift, sort of your Christmassy kind of vibes with the red, the gold, the green as well. And then we got this one, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce because it's pretty early in the morning and my brain's not quite switched on yet, but it's not bad, it's okay. And the nicest out of all of them, which is the beautiful Dark Matter skin. Just look at that. Absolutely amazing. Solid 10 out of 10. Next, we scroll over to the M13, where we have the Darkwing, which is okay. The Covert Canopy, which is obviously like an umbrella-styled gun. And the MVP Neymar Jr. I'm not a football fan, so it just does not appeal to me. Next, we have the Swordfish, where we start with the MK2. Looks no different to the original one, besides a colour change. Then we got the Comical Rage. Again, doesn't really have any difference to the original one, but the comic book style just makes it a lot better than the MK2 skin. And then we look at the Arid Shroud, where it really does just change the design up a little bit. Looks a lot more futuristic, very nice, especially with that scope at the front. Very cool skin. Next, we're looking at the Kilo 141, where we've got the Hair Metal, which is a very cool looking skin. If I'm honest with you, it looks a lot better than the original one. And then this one being the best out of the two I own, again, with the futuristic style look to it. Next, we go over to the Odin, where we have the Megalodon first, which is my favorite out of the two that I own. Absolutely awesome skin with the Megalodon-inspired shark-esque design. We've got the Nico or Neko, however you may pronounce it. I couldn't tell you, which is more of the anime style. You've got sort of the anime girl on the side there. Not a bad skin at all. Next, we go over to the Krig 6, where all I have is the Earth's Crust. Unless you've got the Mythic Krig 6, this gun sort of falls short purely based on how poor the iron sight actually is. And last on this list, we have the EM2, which I currently don't have any skins for because I have not bought this battle pass yet. I know, shock horror, not good at all. But next on this list, we have the XPR, where we have only the Ooze skin on this one, unfortunately, because we just never bothered to get any more. Arctic 50, we've got the Black and Gold, the Hotspot, the Sprite Ops, Graveyard Watch, Midnight Beast, and the 0 Point Action, which is the most recent credit store one. I'll go over a bit more overview of this one here with the very cool looking scope design, very sharp. You've got the like tigery type face on the side of it, and my favorite of all of them being the Black and Gold, which is an absolutely beautiful skin. Nobody can even debate that one with me. We've got the M21 where we've got the Royal Crimson. Very, very cool skin. Just a shame this gun is so bad. Same with the Cardboard, a very cool skin, but it's just such a terrible gun. Magnacomb, you already know my opinions on this if you've watched the video this far up. Not a fan at all. Next we go over to the DLQ where we have got the Holidays. If you watch this beautiful intro saying Merry Christmas, since it's Christmas now anyway, guys, we are really going to enjoy this one. Absolute beauty, but the skin just feels horrible. Red Action is another perfect example of the skin just feeling horrible. Neon Burst, I love this skin. I love the scope. I like the square scope style of Sniper Rivals. I think it looks very nice. Again, same with the Black Market, but the best being the Space Captain of the square scope DLQ snipers. Just looks very nice, very clean, and it's my favorite to use personally currently. Next, we scroll over to the Locus, where we go into another legendary gun, where we have the Locus Electron, which I got on my third spin, and it is a pretty cool skin to an extent. I'm not really a big fan of the Locust anymore, but I do like this, especially with the square scope. Going back into the square scopes, the snipers, it looks very clean on the carbon cut. Very nice futuresque look. Love using that gun as well. Playmaker, very bland, very basic. Nothing too crazy going on there. Then we've got the Street Cred. It's nothing special, but it's pretty cool, I suppose. Plasma Explosion being the best out of the Playmaker and the Street Cred, if I'm completely honest with you. It looks pretty good. The Side Swindler is so incredibly basic. I'm surprised they even made it an epic skin to start with. Then we go over to the Overdrive, where we got a very nice, bulky looking skin itself, but we go back to the classic Locust skin. Next on this list is the NA45, a gun I hate with every ounce of my soul. But we have the Athletic Soul, which is just an absolutely disgusting skin for an absolutely disgusting gun. And I just hope they delete it from the game forever. Next we go to the Outlaw, where we've got the Heat Stroke. Next we have the Arctic Threat and the Crash Course. Crash Course being my favourite out of the three of them, but I think if we're actually going for skins itself, I do really like the design on this one. I feel like it covers so much of the gun that it sort of takes the look away from it being so incredibly similar to the original Outlaw. Next on this list is the Rytec. So we've got the Rivati, which is basically the exact same as the normal one. I just don't see the appeal. Maybe it's a little bit slimmer. I don't really know. I don't see much of a difference. And the Master Plan really blowing out of the water for Rytec skins that I own. Very cool looking skin, very sleek. The design is very nice with the gold on the black very subtly just on the side. Would 100% use that skin. Next is the SVD, where we have the Black Ironwood. I do not like this skin at all, to be completely honest with you. I don't really like this gun at all. I feel it's quite inconsistent. Next on this list, we get the Skiff Shot for the Koshka. I love this skin. This skin is an absolute beauty. If you stuck around the channel for a while, you'll know this is the skin I used to hit the 9-second ace in Legendary Ranked with the Koshka. No missed shots. Absolute beauty of a skin. Love it, still use it to this day. Next on this list though, we go with the ZRG, where we start with the Jade. Very bulky, very clunky, and I do not recommend using this skin if you actually intend to run around and quickscope. For hard scoping though, it takes up a majority of your peripheral vision. You will only be able to see tunnel vision, so it's your call if you want to use it. And next we scroll over to the Urban Legend, which was another credit shop gun, which I much prefer to the Jade and to the original. Next on this list, though, we go over to the LMGs. On the LMGs, we've got the Vagabond for the S36 and the Winged Stinger, which is the coolest out of the two that I own. Again, the futuresque style look. Then we go over to the UL, where we have the Direct Heat, which I do not like at all. I think it looks very bland, but I do have to give props on the fire. It does kind of look cool. And the coolest out of the two that I own, purely just based on the magazine alone, which is the Gold Loader, which is the Halloween-inspired design. Next, we go over to the RPD, where we have the Orbit. I can't show you the iron sight, but it's incredibly pay to win. This gun is a beautiful skin. 100% recommend getting it. It came with the Cordite Zero G Draw. Next, we got the Mirage, very bland, very basic. The Emerald Scales, another very bland, very basic skin. And then the Demon Spawning, which is, again, very bland and very basic, but the skin itself is not too bad. M4 LMG is the next on this list, coming in first with the Black and Gold. Again, back to the Black and Gold series that we've shown for several other guns throughout this list. Not a bad gun. Would actually love to use this again at some point. Then we've got the Heat Stroke. You guys already know my opinion about this if you've stuck around long enough. Not too big a fan. We've got a Moonstone. I think this is a very, very, very cool looking skin. It doesn't really change too much from the original in regard of design, but the camo itself is just absolutely beautiful. And then next we go to the Checkpoint. Changes drastically on design. Very heavy machine guns, sort of set it up on a tripod sort of thing, spam with a long bout of ammo sort of style. We've got the sort of like guards at the front there as if you were protecting yourself when you were behind cover. Then we've got the Playmaker, which is just such a bland skin. I just do not recommend it at all. Next on this list, though, we go with the Chopper. The Chopper Fortress. It doesn't really have too much to show on this one because I have diamond camo on it. But if you own the skin, you will already know it doesn't look too much different to the original Chopper. And then we got Viceroy, which is, again, quite bland, but I do really like the, I want to say panther faces on the side of it. It might not be a panther, I could be really wrong. And then the red strip you've got along the bullets there also looks very cool. The Super Inductor, very cool. It actually has my favorite color, which is like a cyan type color. If you even look at the bullets there, the bullets have also changed color. Very cool looking skin, if I'm honest with you. Then we got Dark in the Depths, which is a very nice skin. They've really taken away from the original Chopper look on this one. Very nice. Gives you sea monster-esque vibes. Next on this list, though, we have the Holger, where we start with the anodized, which is this one here. Very nice iron sight. If you're going to use this one for the iron sight, I would 100% recommend it. We've got the single drum mag in the middle rather than the double like the Street Cred or the original. So Street Cred is quite basic, not too big a fan. The Serpentine Sands is also quite basic, not really too much going on there either. Next on this list, though, we have the Hades, where we start with the shoulder cannon, which doesn't take an awful lot away from the original one. The only thing that really looks massively changed is the smaller ammunition, smaller magazine, and the slimmer build at the end where the barrel is. Piercing Hawk really does not change much at all from the original version, sort of reskinned and sort of changed up by the barrel as well. It's okay. There we go with a Yellow Viper. Very sleek looking skin, very nice looking skin, futuresque vibes. Would definitely like to give this gun a try at some point. Next on this list, we have the PKM. So the Boru, which is this one here, which is not too bad. Next is the Gilded Lion, which is very, very nice looking skin. It's just a shame that the PKM is god-awful. And then last with Bamboo Ballistics, it gives you sort of the rainforesty-esque vibes with the parrot on the end of the barrel as well. Pretty cool skin. Would not use it though. Next on this list, though, we go over to the SMGs, where we've got the RUS. We'll start with the Barricade, then go over to the Viking. The Viking's a very cool skin, which is one of my favourites out of all of them. We know my opinions on the Moonstone skin as well. Absolutely beautiful, so clean. I love the way it moves through. It's got the watery kind of vibes to it, but such a nice looking colour. Then we got the Cyberspace, which again is a very, very beautiful skin. The Troika, which just gives me sort of Russian-y vibes. Karuta, which is sort of like Japanese style, armor kind of thing. It looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. And the Wretched is sort of like a futuristic kind of, isk gun. I don't really know with this one. I'm not too big a fan. It's okay. Playmaker, just awful. Just awful. At this point, we're just going to say this. It's just awful, guys. It's just not good at all. We've got the Hard Spike, again, very, very sleek. My favourite part about this being the magazine. I just think it looks very nice with the geometrical shaped patterns building it up. Very, very cool indeed. Next we go over to the Chickham. The Chickham is one of my favorite guns. If you guys know me, you guys know I love the Chickham. So underrated. It got buffed recently and it's just beautiful, Starstruck looking very clean. We've got a Demon Fury, which is kind of bland, and the best out of all of them that I own, which is this one here, which is the white steel. Very, very cool. We've got the blade at the front as if it was sort of like a, you know, a malleable weapon. Sadly, it's not. Next, we scroll over to the PDW, where we get back to the Royal Crimson skin, which is just beautiful. You can't even say this is not beautiful. Look at that. Wow, it's just awful. The gun is just awful. The skin, immaculate. Gun, terrible. Hotspot, terrible. Narcissist, it's okay, I guess. I can't really hate it. There's not really anything to hate, but it's quite boring. Airspace being one of the best that I own. Still not as good as the Royal Crimson, but it sort of gives me an assault rifle vibe with the extended barrel at the end. And then we go back to the Ooze skins, which came with zombies. I like the skin, I just do not like the gun. Next, we go over to the Razorback, where we have the Sapphire here, which is the blue one. You either chose red or you chose blue. I'm a blue person personally, so I chose this beauty here. Then we got the Stirrup, which is the cowboy-styled gun. Next on this list, though, we have the MSFC Space Station, which is just a really cool-looking skin for a really, really terrible gun. So I don't really know where I lie with that one. Then we got the Wasteland here, which is Mare Jade. Awful skin, we know that. Wild West with the cowboy vibes, looks pretty cool. The Rosie, which is so bland, I don't know how it's an epic skin. Then we got the Deceitful Deity, which is really cool, to be honest with you. You got sort of the ball at the end that wiggles around when you move it, looks pretty cool. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this one, but it's inspired by fungi. Not great. Next on this list, though, we have the HG40, where we start with the Heat Stroke. As you guys know, I am not a fan. But then we go straight over to the Eruption. Everybody knows that the Eruption is just a beautiful skin. Looks best on the DLQ, though. Next on this is the Meltdown, which came out with the AK-117 draw. Looks okay. Nothing too crazy going on there. Live and Rust, sort of the same opinion I had on the one I just showed. Pretty bland. Nothing too crazy going on. Supermax, it's cool. Shouldn't be an epic skin, though. Cyberstick sort of takes away from the original design, but still, you can tell it's a HG40. I like the little canister at the bottom, and the color design looks very futuristic. You got all angles here, which, again, you can still tell it's a HG40, but it's a nice skin, and I do rate it. Then we got the Clash of Giants, which, again, I don't really understand how this is an epic skin, but it's not too terrible, let's be completely honest. Then we've got the Pharaoh, where we go straight in with the Pharaoh. So, I like this skin. I've got nothing to hate on this skin at all. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's clean. You got the Egyptian hieroglyphics on the side of it. Do you know what I mean? You got a nice color scheme. You can tell it's a Pharaoh, but it's nice. The Winner Takes All is also a really nice skin for the Pharaoh. Very sleek, very cool design with the silver and blue. And the white at the end just there, and the gold as well. Lots of colours going on there. Looks very nice. Next on this list, though, we go with the GKS. The GKS Tactical Unicorn, which is just loved. Everybody loves this skin. You can't hate this skin. You know, it's just sick. It's just sick. And the Iron Sight as well, being drastically different to the original GKS Iron Sight. I fully rate this skin in every way, shape or form, and I do not regret buying it. Then we've got the GKS Pack Warrior, which doesn't look any different to the original in regard of design, just a little bit different on the skin. Not quite sure how it's an epic skin. Heat Extractor, we got the lightning going through the side of it. Looks pretty good, but it's kind of bland. Nothing too special. Then we got the Claw, which, again, I do not understand how that is an epic skin. And the Mad About Science, which really takes away the look from the original GKS and looks very cool. We got the Tesla coil inspired vibe-esque on the barrel. We've got the wires and stuff like copper coils and stuff. It's just a cool looking skin, let's be honest. Next on this list, we get to the Cordite, where we have the Zero G, which is an absolutely beautiful skin. We've got Sputnik rotating around the gun, which you get when you get a certain amount of kills with this gun. Would highly recommend anybody buying this gun if ever a Redux draw is done. Very, very good. Got Tech Noir, very, very cool skin as well. Takes away a lot of look from the original one. We've got the very cool looking, don't know, like, I don't know what we'd call those on the end of the barrel, but they're cool, man, they're cool. Look at the Atlas Corporation. I like the skin. It just sort of looks like I've chucked platinum on it, but I really do like this skin. I have nothing against it, and I think it looks nice. We got the Automaton Waster. Again, takes away from the original look at the Cordite, and I think it's very, very cool in design. Then we got the Hooved Beast, which again is a very beautiful skin. I will give the Cordite a solid 10 out of 10 for the skins that they have released for this gun. Very, very cool indeed. QQ9 is the next on this list, where we start with the Trendsetter, which takes away from the original look of the QQ9 and is very, very clean. I really like the stock on it. It's a cool gun. The Flood is also a very nice skin with a different iron sight. I think this skin is very cool, and I would highly recommend using it if you own it. Eye Candy, I think it's very cool. We've got the World War II inspired lady on the back of the barrel with the checkered marks as well. It looks very, very cool. Neon Grunge is also a very, very cool skin. Very slick, very smooth. Takes away from the original design of the QQ9. Next, we get onto another black and gold skin, and this one is just beautiful, like all of them are. Very, very nice indeed. Monkey in the Wrench, you will know this as the MP5 that John McClane uses in the first Die Hard film. We've got the ho 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 written there, and now I have a machine gun, which is the note he sends down to Hans Gruber. Very, very cool. Love the skin very much. Then we got the Golden Decree. Again, a very nice skin, and I would 100% using it. QQ9, just like the Cordite, every skin for it is a banger. Then we've got a Fennec, where we start with the Verdant, which is a pretty cool looking skin. You've got the obvious big magazine at the bottom there. Very cool. The Midnight Fennec, which doesn't take too much away from the original one, but I will give credit to a very nice design in regard of color scheme. It looks very nice. Then we've got Zakiev's Executioner, which is most definitely a very nice looking skin, and I would 110% recommend using this out of the three that I own personally. Next on this list, though, we go over to the AGR, where we start with the Bayako. If that's however you say it, I could be very wrong. You guys don't even know yourself, I'm sure of it. Anyway, this skin here is just bland. There's nothing crazy going on here. It doesn't look good. Next one, though, we got the Tree Topper, which is just an absolutely awesome looking skin. I'm sorry. You got the Christmas lights around it with the Christmas themed green, red, and gold. Next on this list, though, we go for the Western Crown. Again, very, very cool indeed. Then we've got this one here, which I don't really have any good opinion on this one. It just looks like the normal one with some blood on it. Yay. Next on this list, though, we go in with the QXR, where we have the Roaring Steel, which I like the skin. I have some very fond memories using this, as well as the Scorching Sun, which I also have some very fond memories with. I like the QXR even to this day. Playmaker, you guys already know my opinion. This skin is terrible. Close Catch, cool. You got sort of like the fishing nets on the top of it. It gives you sort of that in the sea kind of vibes, but it's nothing special. The Masked Warrior, giving you the Call of Duty Ghost vibes, my least favorite Call of Duty game, and my least favorite skin for this next to the Playmaker. Next, we go with the Prototype Omega, which basically does not look any different to the original version, besides the change in the stock and a flashlight on the side of it. Gives me CQB M4 kind of vibes, though, so I don't mind the skin. Next on this list is the Sandpike. The Sandpike looking very cool, mainly because of the magazine at the bottom. I would genuinely recommend using this skin as well, because the iron sights are very clean on it. QXR got some good skins. Next on this list, we go with the PP19 Bison, where we start with the Yokai, which is this one here with the flowers on it, and you got all this random other stuff. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You can't say anything else. It's cool. It's cool. And then we got the Devilfish, again, another really cool one. We've got the octopus tentacles going across the gun. Very, very cool design indeed. They really went out with this one for an epic skin, and I like it. We've got the Haunted Haystack, again, another really good skin. This skin is a banger, gives me Scarecrow-esque vibes. Very cool indeed. You've got the Hidden Prowler, very popular, very well used, mainly because of how good the iron sights are. The gun itself is very good this season as well. Then we got the Gold Grinder. It sort of goes back to the thing of I'm not quite sure how this is an epic skin, but it is nice, and I will say it's not the worst on this list by any means. And the Golden Fox being the worst out of all of the Bison skins, but because of that color scheme across the bottom of the magazine, it definitely takes a higher placement than some skins that we've seen. Bison being another one of those guns where it just didn't really miss when it came to skin designs. Then we got the Stone Serpent for the MX-9, which isn't too bad, but it's not exactly what you consider to be brilliant. And the Neon Rain just did not really do anything for me at all. Very plain looking design, but I think it's still cooler than the original, so props where props are due. Here we go on to the Squadmate CBR. Do not like this skin at all. Doesn't really do much for me at all. We've got the Aqua Leviathan. I love this. You've got the bullet counter on the side there. Very, very nice looking skin for what it is, and I would 100% recommend using it. This being my favorite of the CBR skins, mainly because of the anime style vibe to it, the pink and the sort of like cartoony kind of vibe. I'm not really an anime fan myself. I just think it's a really cool skin, and you guys know that I love the CBR dearly. PPSH is the next on this list though, where we go with this one here. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, but it's a very, very, very clean skin. Very nice, and I would most definitely recommend using that one over the standard version. And then we have the Feline Fire here, which is just cute, if I'm honest with you. We've got the menacing little cat there, and he's got the flamethrower, and it's just cool. This is a cool skin. I actually give props to this one. I never really gave it any sort of look before this until now, and I'm looking at it now, and I think this is cool. This has caught my eye massively. So PPSH, the two skins I have, it hasn't really missed, so that's not bad at all. Then we go over to the MAC-10. This gun is the bane of my existence, but the Banana Blaster being one of the coolest skins in the whole entire game. Very fucking cool indeed. I have to give some curse words there just to express how much I think this skin is awesome. Then we got the Bloodthirsty Buccaneer, which is very bland, very basic. But if you compare it to the original one, it has a lot going on just compared to other skins, and there's not too much you can do with such a small gun. We've got the Evil Kitty, which again, sort of like the PPSH kind of thing. Very sinister, but very cute at the same time. Still takes a lot away from the original MAC-10. Next on this list though, we're going in with the KSP, where I only have one skin, which is the Oxidate, and they really did change it a lot from the original version of the KSP, and I think it's a nice skin, and the iron sights are also, again, very, very nice. Switchblade, another gun that is a bane in my existence, a gun that I do not like at all, but we've got the Kyoto Steel, which I can't show you too much of the color scheme because I have a skin on it, and I do not want to equip. But you can sort of see at the bottom, I'm sure you already own it. And then we've got the Extreme Ends, which really changes the design in regards of adding a couple of extra random bits and bobs where he doesn't really need it. But, you know, the colour scheme of this gun is also not too bad, so it's not bad at all. And then the last of the SMGs, where we go for the Hot Dog Rifle, which, just like the MAC-10, is one of my favourite skins in this whole game. The Lapper is very inconsistent, but this skin is just awesome. Next, we go into the shotguns, where we start with the Top Dog BY-15. They didn't really do an awful lot to change this skin in regards to design, but it's pretty cool, I suppose, and it's nice to have at least one epic skin. I didn't even need to click into this one. We've got one, which is the Ooze for the HS2126, and it's a cool skin. The Ooze give me that bogey vibe. for sure. Next, we go on to the Skeletal Ignition, which is this skin for the HS0405, and I love this skin. This skin is just awesome. And the Electrical Eel, which just looks like it should be a rare skin. Next, we go over to Striker, where we start with the Aeronaut. The Aeronaut really taking the design to a whole nother level for the Striker, getting rid of that boring, bland look and just giving it such a beautiful style. Would 100% recommend using this skin if you are to use it. Also has an incredibly nice iron sight on it as well, so you don't even need to put an RDS on it if that's your thing. Next is the Barricade. It's just terrible. Just like for the AK-117, it's just not a good skin at all. Then next on this list, we go in with the KRM, where we have the point and click, which is very cool indeed. We've got the eagle claw here. You can't really see the design when I have the Damascus on. You can see the little eagle at the bottom by the stock though. Very nice indeed. Then we have the cutting edge, which is also a very nice skin. Very cool colored design. We've got the Future Buzz, again, it's pretty cool. Doesn't really have too much going on, but it's not a bad skin by any means. Then we got the Waterproof KRM. It's okay, again, it's only really winning on the colour scheme. It does catch my eye, but I don't think it's that crazy of a skin. And then the Silent Revo, which goes back to the whole, I'm not sure how this is an epic skin. They didn't really change too much. They just added that little bit of wire in there. I'm assuming that's some sort of flashlight or something. They got some other random bits on the side of it. It's okay, I suppose. It's not great though. Then next on this list, we're going in with the Echo, where we have the Dissension, which is okay, but again, it's nothing too crazy at all. They got the Steam Clock, which just, again, I just don't rate that at all. And then this one being the Tasty Treat. This is a very cool skin with the Christmas style vibes. The sharp candy canes there. The little missile, the ball, the jingle, the mistletoe. You know, it's just looking at it now. It's got the icing on it. It's the waffle style thing as well. This is a cool skin. This is a cool skin. I will give this skin a solid 10 out of 10. I like this very much. Next on the list, we're going in with the R90, where we start with the Master of Snakes. Very cool skin indeed. You've got the Cobra style vibe along the top of the gun, and it just looks very nice, very sleek, very sharp. Then we got the Far Frontier, which it really also takes away from the original look of the R90, and it's a nice skin. It is a nice skin. You can't really go wrong with this one, to be honest with you. R90, you won on this one. You're the winner of the shotguns. Next, we're going into the Jack 12, where we have the Tree Cutter, which looks quite bland and plain. You got the camo style vibe to it. Nothing too crazy going on here, but it's not a bad skin. And then Peggy goes back into the World War II style vibes, where you've got the World War II style lady on the side of it, and then you sort of got like the missile inspired vibe along the front of it and the sides. Very cool skin, just a shame it's not the gun for me. Next though, we're going into the marksman rifles, where we start with the Kilo Lazarus. Nothing too crazy, but it's a cool skin, and you have a custom color for the ×3 scope there, so it looks pretty good. Then we got the Kilo Bolt Action Dealer, which is also very bland, very plain. Not a lot going on, but it does drastically change the original look of the gun. Again, with the custom camo color on the scope. Then the last being the Stalk, which is my favorite out of the three that I own. Very sleek, very nice design. It makes it look very long. Really does look like it can pack a punch. Not too bad at all, guys. Then we're going over to the SKS, where we're going straight into the Malpractice, which doesn't really do an awful lot compared to the original. Still looks pretty cool though, but not the best. And we got the Technic Turret, which is pretty good. You got the eye on the side, looks quite sleek and nice. You got that little pattern there as if you were looking down the sights. Very cool. And then we got the Ruby Serpent, which is the nicest out of all of my own. You've got the dragon head on the side and coiling around the gun. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. And then we go over to the SPR, where we have the Lost Gothic, which is a very, very nice looking skin. I do have diamond camo on it, so I can't really showcase the skin as much as you may like me to. But it's nice, it's nice. It's not got too much going on, but it really does take away from the original look of the SPR. And then we have the Ethereal, is that how we say it? The Ethereal, it's okay. It's pretty nice. It's nothing special though. And then last but not least, the MK2, where we go with the brushstroke, which is okay. Not crazy, but it's okay. And the Future Sharpshooter, which just looks very, very, very nice indeed, especially with the custom 4x scope that they added for it. Very nice indeed. And with that concludes all of my weapon and character skins. Maybe I'll do another video another day about my lethals and my tacticals and common and uncommon skins. If you guys want to see that, please let me know and I will happily show you. That's pretty much it for you today. If you've made it to the end of this video, honestly, you're awesome. And please do not forget to subscribe, like the video, comment. Please let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see all of my common skins and my rare skins, as well as my lethals and tacticals, please let me know. I will do a full overview of the stuff that isn't quite as rare and sought after. But on that note, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Much love and peace.